I'm here today with a first impressions of a new foundation that I was intrigued by because I do like the peach foundation and quite a few different products, face base products from Too Faced. So this is the new Do You Full Coverage Fresh Glow Foundation infused with juicy watermelon and cucumber. I'm wearing the shade Nude today. They do have 20 shades. It retails for, how much are you? $36, and you do get, I believe, 1 fluid ounce. 1.35 fluid ounces. So you actually get a little bit more than your typical foundation. You can get this at Ulta.com. You can also get it on the Too Faced website. And like I said, I got the shade Nude, which is a very light rosy. I have all the shades, but Nude is what I'm wearing today. Now, let's see what else. It says that it hydrates and brightens your complexion with the long-wearing watermelon, cucumber, and vitamin C infused gel cream foundation. Covers every flaw while creating a dewy, fresh, and luminous glow. Too Faced Tutti Frutti Do You Full Coverage Fresh Glow Foundation smooths, moisturizes, and nourishes skin for a flawless, fresh complexion that's one in a melon. See what they did there? Long-wearing, dewy, hydrating, and brightening. So it's supposed to do all those things. It has a very strong, like, Jolly Rancher watermelon scent. So if you are kind of against, or you don't really prefer scents in your foundation or makeup products, this is very heavily fragranced. Now that I've had it on for about half hour, I don't really smell it anymore. It could be because I'm used to it and I don't have anyone home to smell my face and tell me if it still smells like watermelon. However, it is obviously what I'm wearing today. I did try out a few other products from this line. I tried out the banana powder, which you'll see in this video. I have one of the glittery eyeshadows, which to me, I think from this collection, depending on how the foundation wears, these are like the stars of the show in my opinion. They're very beautiful. They have a few different shades. This one is in Honey Please. It's a little bit more of a sheer glitter on your eyes. Like the Stila ones seem to have a little bit more pigment because I could go on those without having a shadow already on my lid and you don't really see skin peeking through. This color I did have some skin peeking through, but I still think it's really pretty. So these I think are the star of the show in my opinion as far as the things that I'm most intrigued by. The whole collection is like Tutti Frutti. It's bright, it's very bold colors, everything is fruit scented, and to me it just seemed like kind of a weird time to release it because we're going into fall and everything is very summery, bright, shimmery, and very summery feeling to me going into fall. So for me, there was just some things in this collection that stood out, these being one of them. They also came out with a bunch of blushes, but those all look very dark for my skin tone and a little bit too frosty. I tend to find that shimmery blushes end up being making my face look textured, and I don't really have texture on my skin. So I will probably donate those. And then, so the blushes were a pass for me. I didn't even swatch them. They just were very, very bright and very shimmery. The bronzer and highlight duo is a little too dark for me. The highlighting drops were very oily with a lot of glitter, and then the sticks were very waxy with a lot of glitter. So if you like those type of products, then by all means go for it. I just don't like to have glitter in my highlights, so those were a pass for me, but these are really nice. They came out with a bunch of these lip products as well, the Tutti Frutti lip glazes. I am wearing one. They have a bunch of different colors, but this is the only one that really kind of was right up my alley. Obviously, it's like a pinky color, pinky nude. I don't really wear brights, but if you love bright colors, they definitely have a ton of those. This is in Grin and Bear It, and it is scented as well. It is, I can't quite put it says just a Tutti Frutti scent. But it's definitely very scented. I can't smell it anymore now that it's been on my lips for a few minutes. But the Grin and Bear It color is really pretty, so that I like. And I liked the banana powder, and so far the foundation, I've only had it on about a half hour, but I really love the way that looks. And then there's 2 eyeshadow palettes that I still want to play with. So yeah, did you pick anything up from this collection? Let me know. I definitely recommend checking out the glitter top coats for your eyes. They're just so pretty. There's so many pretty colors. But yeah, let's get into the demo, see how it wears throughout the day. It's supposed to be long wearing, dewy, It looks pretty dang good on my face right now, if I do say so myself. If you are new, welcome to my channel. My name is Cassie. I hope you enjoy this video and decide to stay a while by hitting that subscribe button. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and hit that notification bell before you leave. And let's just get into the demo and wear test. So we're going to start off with, let's do our primer. I've been using this nourishing primer from Makeup Forever. It's really nice. It doesn't like overly hydrate your skin or anything. It's just kind of a typical primer. Adds a little bit of tackiness to your skin. But I've used it with quite a few different foundations and I don't feel like it adds a glow or anything that's going to like jeopardize the integrity of the foundation. It just is really nice and nourishing. They do have like a hydrating one. This one I don't find is, it's not just like the hydrating primer. It's just a really nice kind of sticky tacky base. And then I have been using the Tatcha just in my T-zone. So I'm just going in with what I've been doing lately with multiple foundations. So I know that this combo works really nicely. With this primer, I literally just kind of dab my fingers in it and then put it in the center of my face. And you really don't need much of this product. If you use too much, it comes with like a little scoop. If you use too much of that, it will start to make your makeup slide off. So this is really gonna last you forever. It's gonna last you a really long time. It is pricier, but you literally need the smallest amount. Now I did try the little glitter shadows, like the liquid glitters. They're similar to the Stila ones that came out with this collection, and that's what's on my eyes right now. I can't remember what the color's called, but I'll leave it down in the description box below. And then I paired it with the new Natasha Denona Camel eyeshadow palette that I just got in. I can tell you that this is very sheer because I can see skin peeking through, where the Stila ones like are pretty opaque. But it's kind of pretty. It is kind of hard to blend out if you mess up. So I got some in my crease and it's a little hard to buff that out, but it is a pretty color. But today we're gonna go over the Tutti Frutti Do You Full Coverage Foundation. They sent me all the shades. So I kept a couple. I think I'm gonna be in between Swan and Nude. I swatched quite a few last night on my arm to kind of see what shades I would be keeping. The packaging is just super cute. Do You Full Coverage Fresh Glow Foundation with Juicy Watermelon and Fresh Cucumber. I'm probably gonna mix the two because I'm not as fair as I would be with Swan. Like that's when I have like zero self-tan at all. But Nude might be a little dark. So we're gonna start with Nude because that will be closer to where I am. And I'm probably gonna do half my face with a brush and half the face with a beauty blender. It comes in a nice cute pump packaging. And that is, okay, so I'm gonna tell you right off the bat, it smells like a watermelon Jolly Rancher. I tried this, like I said, on my hand yesterday to try to find a color match of what colors to keep, and it's very, 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 very fragranted. So I don't know if you can see there. Let's see if I can focus. This one right here is Swan. There we go. This is Swan and that's Nude. So I'm gonna be somewhere in between, but we're gonna start with Nude. It is thicker, like a thick, kind of creamy. Oh my gosh, it is very fragranted. If you do not have a hardcore passion for watermelon Jolly Ranchers, this is gonna drive you insane. I can tell you, like I'm breathing in the scent. Far more fragranted than the peach one. Like far more fragranted than the peach foundation. I'm usually don't really have any issue with fragrances or, you know, smells or scents or whatever in foundations or makeup products. It doesn't really bother me. This is a little much for me. Like maybe it's because I'm pregnant and my sense of smell is heightened, but this is so sweet that it's like borderline nauseating. When I put them on my arms yesterday, it was like 10 minutes later and I could still smell it. So if you don't like watermelon or you don't like fragranced products, you'll probably want to pass on this because it is very heavily fragranted. I don't mind smelling like vanilla, maybe even a little peppermint now and again. But watermelon is like not really the scent that I usually go for. Okay, so that's like one basic layer. This is actually a decent match. My neck's actually pretty white, but I would say that that's light to medium coverage. I wouldn't call that full coverage. So we might need to do some building up. I do need to obviously take it down my neck, but I'll do that with the brush. So let's go in on this side with the brush. Now I did a total of 2 pumps on my little tray. So I'm just using what's left. So far when I finish this up, we'll have been at 2 pumps. And I'm just using this MAC 170 brush to blend it in. So nude is just a little bit dark. They do have some rosy tone undertones, some yellow or golden, and then neutral. I always try to go with the neutral because my face is very pink toned, and if I go too rosy toned with my foundations, then it looks like I have a mask on and it's just like too much. And then my neck is still pretty pink as well, but like when I self tan, everything is more golden. So I try to stick kind of in that neutral family. So yes, I'm noticing, unless it's just my lighting, which I don't think it is, with a brush, you get a little bit more of a less glowy. It's still glowy, but it's less dewy looking than this side. But coverage wise, I'm not really noticing a huge difference between the two. And that's 2 full pumps. And I would say that this is medium coverage. Like I can still see the little redness discoloration here. I can still see some skin peeking through. It's definitely, that was medium. So let's go in with a 3rd. And we'll see if we can build it up. I think I'm gonna, I don't actually really have a preference between which side that I like. I feel like it's like not sticking to like that perimeter of my face, which is weird. I do think that it looks pretty on the skin, like especially like looking from here to my mirror, definitely feel like it looks very pretty. I'm gonna take this and bring it down. Yeah, this is definitely like a little bit dark. But I didn't really find a great shade match with any of the other colors between, but look at how like orangey, like peach that is. I don't know if my camera's gonna pick it up, but in this mirror, in my lighting, it's just looking very like peachy. So I can still smell the watermelon on my skin, so the scent's still there. I think that it's actually really beautiful. It is dewy, but I mean, it's a dewy foundation. And it is really pretty. So I really don't have a preference between the brush or the beauty blender. So I'm gonna just go in and kind of do my normal routine here. This is the Mercier Fusion Concealer, best concealer ever created. Did you guys pick anything up from this Tutti Frutti collection? Let me know down in the comments. I do find that we're like heading into fall, so it just seemed like an odd time to release a very, very bright, fruity collection. Is it just me? But I was like, I looked at the colors, I'm like, these are all like bright summery colors, and I just don't know that this is the right season for that. This is the Banana Cream Brightening Setting Powder. It is supposed to be banana scented, brightens while blurring imperfections and harsh lines with the most appealing photoshopped finish possible. So I'm gonna try this under my eyes. This is what it looks like. Now, if you have like massive OCD, the fact that the corner is cut off will probably bother you. This actually doesn't smell very strong at all. I don't smell a banana in the slightest. My e.l.f. small tapered brush that I always use for under my eyes. And we're gonna set that. And I know how much I love this concealer, so we'll see. Oh yeah, that looks nice. The Candy Johnson banana powder that came out with Too Faced was just so, it went on very, very yellow. This, I think it is yellow, but I do feel that's brightening and it's not overly yellow. You know, it's not too yellow for people that have fair skin or light skin, because sometimes those yellow banana powders are like straight up yellow and don't work at all for my skin tone. But this actually seemed pretty nice. I don't feel like that's looking very yellow at all, so that's good. So that's nice. And then we're gonna set the rest of our face. I'm gonna use my Giorgio Armani number 2 Luminous Silk Powder, and what I've been using for the last few months. And I like it. I like it because it's not cakey and it doesn't really add any coverage. It just kind of sets things, and since this is such a dewy foundation, it's like a little bit sticky, so powder products will not blend super great over it. Okay, so minus the fact that the color is a little bit dark, it did oxidize just a slight bit, or once it dried, it got a little darker. But this looks really, what is stuck under my eye? Glitter. This is really pretty. It is really pretty. I think that with 3 pumps, you could get full coverage. 2 pumps is about medium coverage, but I think this looks really nice. There is still like a little bit of that glow peeking through. Even though I powdered my face, it still has a beautiful glow peeking through. It's a very soft looking foundation, like a soft finish. So I think it's really, really beautiful. I don't know if I can smell it on my skin anymore or if I'm just used to it, but I'm not being overwhelmed with watermelon anymore. I'll have to, too bad I don't have Ted here to just like sniff my face and tell me if it smells like watermelon. But I think getting over the first like initial like, wow, that's a very strong watermelon scent. I think it looks really pretty. Everything applied really nicely. That powder, banana powder, was actually really nice. It did a nice job under my eyes. It didn't make my powder or my concealer look creasy or cakey or anything. So far, I'm liking it. I am noticing like, the one thing I am noticing is that on the perimeter of my face, for some reason, it's not sticking as good. And obviously the perimeter of my face is where I did not put the Tatcha, because I usually only use that in the center of my face. So I don't know if the Tatcha primer maybe is just holding the foundation better, but I do find that weird. I haven't had that issue with any other foundation where it's like not sticking to the outside of my face. I'm just noticing right here, it's just like a little bit less coverage, which is strange, but we'll look past that. So I'll check back in a few hours and we will see how it is holding up, if it's getting oily or greasy, if it's breaking up, or if it's staying looking really nice and fresh like it is right now. As of right now, I'm loving it. So we'll check back in and see how we're doing. Okay, I'm here with a check-in. I'm on my phone because I put away all my filming stuff. It is, what time is it? 1:58. I'm about to go pick Ethan up from school. Finn wants let in. But I just woke up from a nap and I am actually really impressed with how well it was holding up. Right before I went down from my nap, I felt like my skin felt a little tacky. And so I was like, oh, there's no way that this is going to hold up. And I'm in front of natural light here, so I'm gonna sit here and see. Looking in the mirror, I feel like it's held up really good. It's like worn off a little bit around my nose. It looks like in my phone that it's worn off around my nose, but when I'm looking in the mirror, I don't see that at all. So for some reason, the lighting on my phone is showing that it's worn off here and that it's worn off here, but in real life, even looking in this mirror, I don't see that. So anyhow, so far it's holding up really good. I'm impressed. Definitely thought that it was going to be a lot more shiny because as I was going to sleep, taking my little nap, I just felt like my skin felt kind of sticky, but I actually don't feel like it feels that way right now. So we'll check back in a few hours. Okay, I'm back in with another check-in. It is 4:43. I feel like it looks just like it did when I checked in around 2, so close to 3 hours ago. It's still, for some reason in this lighting, I don't know if because there's like a tree outside that has red flowers, but it's making my nose look a little red. When I look in the mirror, it doesn't really look that worn off. It's kind of worn off a little bit, and it's worn off around my chin, but everything else seems to be pretty good. For it being a dewy foundation, I'm very surprised that I am not super shiny. So far I really like it. My blush, bronzer, and highlight is still on. And yeah, I think it still looks really good. I'm very impressed. I think it still looks really nice. I am noticing, because I had my glasses on, you can see it's kind of breaking up right there and along the side of my nose. Can you see there? Let's see. There you go. So where my sunglasses were, it's breaking up. And because I have had like a runny nose today, it's definitely, my nose is a little bit red, but I don't think that's any fault of the makeup. And the sunglass mark thing is pretty normal for most foundations, but yeah, I think it looks really good. I'm trying to do this in natural lighting because I put all my lighting away, and yeah, I think it looks nice still. So I'm very, very impressed. So far, still 2 thumbs up. I'll probably do one more check-in. It'll probably be in front of my ring light because it'll be getting dark, but we'll do the final check-in. But I think this is a good foundation so far. It is long wearing and it's holding up great, and it's not looking shiny or dewy, and it's looking fantastic. Okay, so I'm back in with my final check-in. It is almost 8 o'clock. So I've had this on a little under 12 hours, or about 11 hours, and it's holding up really good. I'll take my glasses off, even though I'm gonna have really bad marks there. I'm finally starting to get a little bit oily. It's breaking up a little bit on my chin. Let's see, looking in the mirror here, it doesn't actually look that bad, but in the bright lighting, it definitely is looking a little bit shiny. How's it looking, buddy? Come smell my face. Tell me if it smells like fruit or anything.
Okay.
Does it smell like...
Yeah, wait, let me smell it again. It smells sweet, but it smells like makeup-ish.
Let me see. Does it smell like this? Smell this. Open that cap up. Just pull off.
Was this what you used?
Yeah. Smell it. Just smell it.
Let me smell it again. That smells sweeter.
This smells sweeter, but does it smell?
No, that smells sweeter.
My skin smells sweeter.
Just get up. Yeah, let me see. I can't. Yeah, you smell sweeter.
Do I smell like this kind of? Because this is what I used.
This
smells like it. Here, let me see your hand. Can you smell that?
Wait, I'm gonna rub it.
Okay, smell.
I think it dried a little more, so it smells different.
So it's not as strong.
Yeah, well, it just dried a little more.
Let's ask Ted if he thinks I smell. Okay, go brush your teeth. Okay, we'll see if Ted, at 12 hours, 11 hours, if I still smell like watermelon. Oh, and he's taking off his clothes in the background. Babe, are you dressed? Are you dressed? Can you smell my face? Can you sniff my face? Here, nobody can see you, but will you sniff my face and just tell me if I smell, if it smells? Does it just smell like skin? Or does it smell like? It
doesn't have any smell.
Okay. So Ted says no smell. Ethan says my face smells sweet. So who knows? But anyways, I thought that it wore really nicely and it looked really beautiful on the skin. So in harsher lights and on this, it looks a lot more shiny, but in natural lighting with the mirror, it definitely looks less shiny because it looks greasy. But when I look in a mirror, it definitely doesn't. But it's held up pretty good. I'd give it 2 thumbs up. Once you get past the smell, it's actually really nice. So I like that. Also really like that powder still. So anywho, I'm gonna do one more look. Yeah, I still think it looks really good. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.